Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and this video is brought to you by the online B-Ball Breakdown membership. Click the first link in the description below to learn more and join.
Good.
As predicted, Team USA is not going to earn a medal in the 2019 FIBA World Championships. After a scare from Turkey, in which they should have lost, they face an even better opponent in France, with 4 current NBA players, including the reigning Defensive Player of the Year in Rudy Gobert, and one of the best guards in all of EuroLeague. Together, they simply outplayed Team USA and made it abundantly clear that we are entering an era of international basketball where the US will no longer dominate. And Les Bleus were all business to start. With some full court pressure on Kemba Walker, there's the rip, yikes, and the layup. Setting ball screens in unique ways is a very European thing, and you can see how the Americans did a great job to blow up this set until the point where the ball screen was reset as it was going to the ball handler's right, only to see the ball screener step through and flip the direction, leaving Miles Turner's hedge on the complete wrong side of the court, and Fournier gets an easy jumper. France's offense wasn't always that clever, as a simple cross screen catches Turner, and then a flop puts him firmly out of position as Gobert seals him off and gets an easy flush. For some reason, Greg Popovich refuses to use Brook Lopez, even though he should be quite valuable as a stretch 5 in the international game. By the end of the third, they guarded the 7-1 Gobert with the 6'6 Jaylen Brown. The American switching defense has been troublesome all tournament long, and they switch way too easily, forcing Marcus Smart to pick up Gobert. But I like how physical he gets in the cross screen, negating a pass to the big man. But the switch on the handoff is miscommunicated, leaving Fournier open with the ball for a second. But watch this ball screen as both defenders run to the roll man, comically leaving Fournier with a lick my thumb and check the wind I'm so open 3-point shot. Can you hear me shaking my head? In a tight game in the fourth, DeColo picks on Joe Harris and gets a simple layup off a straight line drive to the hoop. You might ask yourself, where was the help? Well, check Marcus Smart's position, with no idea where the ball is, as his backside gets a nice view of the layup off the glass. I mean, really? More switching screw-ups, as Harris takes a step to switch on the handoff, and it puts him 2 steps behind with no awareness where the ball is, and DeColo executes a relic in today's game, the shot fake 1-dribble pull-up. All of this didn't seem to matter much as the US had a 7-point lead midway through the fourth quarter. With Harrison Barnes now on Gobert, as the US went really small, Barnes is stuck containing the ball handler and needing to get back over to the roll man. But he has nothing to offer by way of a contest, and Rudy gets the nice inside hand finger roll. On this pistol action, you can see the gravity exerted from Gobert's roll sucks Middleton in a step, and a terrible closeout gives Ntilikina an open lane to get an easy layup. There is no rim protection because Mitchell switched onto Gobert on the initial ball screen, and I'd argue the proper way to defend this would have been for Derek White to bump over to the roll man and Middleton splitting the difference between Ntilikina and DeColo on the weak side. Meanwhile, the Americans took a page out of the French pick-and-roll playbook as Miles Turner quickly flips the screen direction like we'd seen earlier and gets Mitchell the semi-open 15-footer. But the offense couldn't get much rhythm going, as France also used a zone defense to disrupt Team USA, but they did a great job to flash at the high post and then let individual talent shine, as Jaylen Brown fakes then fades over the big man for a nice and one. The third quarter was big for Team USA as they outscored France by 9. You can see on this pistol action the defense wants to force the ball back to the same side as the ball screen originated. The defender stumbles and Mitchell hits the elbow jumper. The US small ball worked well here as Gobert is forced to guard Middleton, and you can see his reluctance to come away from the lane yields an open jumper from beyond the arc. Mitchell carried the US's offense for most of the game, and check the gorgeous windmill as he attacks the big. Notice how it's not a travel as he dribbles, steps, then gathers, then does the 1-2 with a nice double pump finish off the glass. Problem was, the US was still trailing this whole time, and on this 21 keep action, it gets an opening for Barnes to get to the basket, but Batum contests well. Smart keeps the ball alive, The defense is scrambled, and somehow Donovan Mitchell gets the ball to crawl over the front of the rim for their first lead since the first quarter. Clear frustration can be seen between Mitchell and Walker, as Donovan wanted Kemba to get the ball moving on this flare screen, and Kemba became impatient that Mitchell wouldn't set a ball screen. When he finally does, it's, how shall we say, ineffective. But Kemba is able to generate free throws out of this anyway. But USA only scored 5 points the last 5 minutes of the game, as Kemba tries to attack Rudy in the pick and roll, but can't get his patented step back to drop. Not a soul near an offensive rebound. And with Donovan Mitchell the offensive savior and the Americans desperate for a bucket to break the tie, the offense instead flows to Kemba isolating, and while he does get into the lane, he can't finish the shot. Harrison Barnes simply isn't the guy to guard Gobert, since they'll just pick and roll Team USA to death. This time, Barnes doesn't contain the ball well enough, afraid of the lob to Gobert, so he never gets in front of the ball, and Fournier breaks the tie with a wide open layup. Lighting up Team USA's defense hasn't been too difficult the whole tournament, and you can light up your life just as easily by getting tickets to any sporting event, concert, or the theater by using SeatGeek. With just a few taps, you'll be able to see what seats are available, the prices are graded to let you know if you're getting a great deal, they've got seating charts and viewpoints from each seat, and best of all, if you use my code BBALL, you'll get $20 off your first purchase. So, the next time you want to see Donovan Mitchell or Kemba Walker in person, think SeatGeek, and you'll be dominating just like Mitchell did up to this point, with 29 points in 28 minutes. Yet, they instead go down low to Harrison Barnes, who did have a height mismatch down low with Ntilikina, but in his attempt to muscle down low, he commits an offensive foul that wasn't called, but gets whistled for a travel even though it's perfectly legal to jump off 1 foot after the up and under. Maybe the right foot moved an inch, but it doesn't look like it, and either way, it's a stop for France with a 2-point lead. France knows the US will switch any pick and roll with Gobert, so they choose the shortest defender for him to screen. Not much Smart can do as the court was spread and there was no help. With the game slipping away, the US hits France with the beauty of a defensive possession, this time Smart handling the switch onto Gobert a lot better. Another ball screen allows the US to get matched up properly, leaving Ntilikina to have to create something against Kemba. And he does! A huge, long two-pointer in Walker's face just about ices the game for Les Bleus. I guess I'm not going to comment anymore about how Mitchell hadn't scored in the fourth at all and had taken only one shot, especially since they continually ball screen for Kemba, who gets by Gobert, tries to use his body, but by initiating the contact, they won't give him the call. Gobert cleanly blocks the ball up top, and France gets yet another stop. Down 4 and under a minute to go, this possession is probably the last best chance Team USA has to pull this game out. And they get Donovan Mitchell isolating on an island against Gobert, a perfect opportunity. But Gobert didn't win the Defensive Player of the Year for nothing, as he recovers to swoop in from behind and erase the shot. Even worse, rather than try and press and force a turnover first, Harris just fouls Nicolo, giving them some breathing room. While Kemba did draw 3 free throws on this shot fake at Rudy, he misses 2 of them. Somehow they get the ball back for one last shot at it, the pin down is switched and the action negated, so it leaves Brown antsy for the 2-for-1. He puts his head down and goes to the basket. Fournier helps out as Gobert gets blown by. The correct play was to either kick it to Barnes or Mitchell for 3, but instead, Rudy recovers to send this shot away, and that was the game. While this roster wasn't as talented as in years past, it's hard to fathom they won't even win a medal in this tournament. But the evidence was clear the whole time. Their defensive struggles are real, consistently screwing up switches and giving up open shots, and then a failure to run a coherent offense with the proper pecking order designed to get the right people shooting at the right time. The easy fix is to get LeBron and company to compete for the Stars and Stripes. But at some point, I'm not so sure that's going to be the thing that solves all the problems for Team USA, as the rest of the world is finally catching up. Sports fans, Coach Nick again, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then I've got a new online basketball membership where I share with you the best of what NBA teams are doing to help you be more successful on the court. Click the first link in the description or the pinned comment below to learn more. And don't forget to like and subscribe and let me know how you feel about today's video. Check your settings to make sure you get notified each time we drop a new one. After all, at B-Ball Breakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in?